Hi, I'm Dr. Steve Moore, and I've spent over 20 years helping people use the Biophotonic scanner to grow their business and change lives. I've been a team elite for 10 of those years. And so today I'm going to give you the same proven framework that I use to scan someone and close them on product without pressure, awkwardness, or confusion. Follow these steps, and you'll be able to confidently help people make the best decision for their health right there on the spot. You ready? Let's go. First thing you want to do here is quick start things. And so the first step is to learn about the scanner and learn about the products. The company has some great materials. There's a short 2 to 5 minute videos on the Biophotonic scanner that you can watch and study. And I also suggest learning about the foundational products as well, utilizing the Newskin websites, the product information pages, so that you can better understand the products that you're taking and the products you're going to be recommending. Then you're going to use the products, right? You want to be able to get results on what you're recommending to other people. If you have not bought into it yourself to start using the product consistently, how are you ever going to convince somebody else to do it? And so using the products is a important foundational step for you to get results and for you to be able to share with authenticity. The third thing to do then is to scan people, right? And so I personally typically charge $25 if I'm scanning out in the public. I don't always charge people if it's a friend or something like that, but the scan is very valuable. To go get a blood test, that would cost hundreds of dollars. And so $25 is a very nominal fee for your time and for someone to utilize this technology. And so I recommend charging for the scan. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to recommend product and place orders. You're going to then schedule the follow up because the most important scan is the follow up scan. That's where people see results. That's where you build compliance. And then as you do that repeatedly and consistently, you will end up with loyal customers and subscriptions through recurring volume, and you'll be able to grow your business on a solid foundation. So let's talk about a couple things here before we start to train on what to say to people. One of the biggest objections that some people say is it's expensive. Well, if you look at it, is it really expensive? I was just in the middle of Georgia somewhere on a road trip, and there was a whole wall of refrigerators that were selling energy drinks and sodas and things like that from $2.99 to $3.99 for a Red Bull. You can't even get a cup of coffee for $3 a day at your local Starbucks. A gallon of gas is more than $3. I was just looking up the numbers at McDonald's. At a small French fries, I haven't been to McDonald's in I don't know how long, is $3.49. And so when someone says that it's expensive, people don't have money issues. They usually have priority issues. And if you start to go up the ladder, and these are the three ranges of products that I recommend to people, $3 a day, $7 a day, or $10 a day. Let's look at what people are spending $7 a day. You can go to Starbucks and you can get a salted caramel mocha strato frappuccino blended beverage, and it's $6.69. You can get 2 gallons of gas, or you can get, I don't know if that's a egg McMuffin or whatever it is at McDonald's, $7.29. If you look at $10, if you add a iced lemon loaf to that caramel mocha strato frappuccino, you're over $11. Pack of cigarettes is $10 or more. And so people are spending money on things that are unhealthy. I like to think of these as bad, worse, and worst way of spending your money. And so our goal here is to shift people and to get them to stop spending money on bad things and to start investing in their health. And PharmaNex products are one of the best investments that you can make in your health. Start to replace their bad spending with good spending through nutrition. And so these are the three main products or product combinations that I recommend for people is foundationally LifePak and Optimum Omega. That gets you over the $100 mark. It's a great combination. So they get the subscription benefits, the free shipping, the extra points, and so forth. And that ends up being just over $3 a day. For people that have a budget of $7 a day, I would recommend them to take LifePak and ageLOC Youth. So they're getting all the foundational nutrition of LifePak, and they're getting all the foundational epigenetic reset to target the genes related to aging with ageLOC Youth. And then the best, I would still continue with that foundation of LifePak and ageLOC Youth, and then add a targeted solution of their choice. I personally take all 5 of these products, but it depends on your customer and what their budget is. And so this is a workflow that I use and the people on my team use as well, is we go through these 5 steps. And when you get good at executing these 5 steps, you are going to be able to sign people up and build a huge subscription base. And so the first thing is to introduce the scanner and the program to people. Then second step is to scan them. The third step is to recommend them. The fourth step is to enroll them on the supplements. And the fifth step is to scan them to show them the results and help improve your retention and your long-term subscription volume. And so as you're going through these steps and you're implementing these things, look at where your weaknesses are and work on strengthening the weakest link. So let's look at step number 1, introduction. It can be very easy as just showing them the scanner video. The other thing we've developed is a nutrition and lifestyle assessment where there are some questions that are about their lifestyle. So we want to know have they ever had their carotenoid antioxidants tested before? What's their number 1 health concern? How many fruits and vegetables do they eat? What are other health concerns that you have? Is it overall health? Is it energy level? Is it weight? Is it vision? Is it eye health? Is it heart health? What are the things that are most interested to them? What are their values? And then start to ask them in the second section here is, do they take supplements? Why do they take them? Are they working? And then the last one is their commitment, is how motivated are they to address their health concerns? Are they interested in learning about supplements to help them improve it? And what is their budget? Have them select what their budget is here. And what this allows you to do is it allows you to meet your prospect where they are. I've never been in real estate, but if you're a realtor, I know I've bought several houses. The first thing the realtor will ask me is, what is your budget? If my budget is $1 million, they're not going to show me a $5 million home. And if my budget is $5 million, they're not going to show me a $200,000 condo. They need to understand what I'm looking for. Do I have kids and so on and so forth? And what is my budget? And what this assessment allows you to do is it allows you to better understand what your prospect is looking for, what they value, and what they're budgeting. It doesn't mean you can't always upgrade them or upsell them to a better or best program, but it gives you a guide on where to meet them to start the conversation. So next step here is to scan them. So clean their hand, use alcohol. It's not necessary to do that, but it's always good to keep things clean. And that's a great step to do so. You can see where you put the hand when the prism comes out. That will obviously be on the tip of the finger, but it's the same process. And so once you scan them, you're then going to write it on a brochure, which I'm going to show you the brochures that we use. Now, sometimes people will ask, well, why do you scan in the hand? Well, we measure a lot of things in the body that aren't necessarily at the site of action. The Apple Watch, the Oura rings are measuring in things in the skin through different areas of the body. And so the biophotonic scanner just measures through the skin of the hand. And so step number 3 then is once you have their score and you have their assessment, you're now going to show them and talk to them about why they want to improve their score and how it helps them address some of the health concerns that they have. Now, again, we're not making disease claims at all. We're talking about how we can support them with their health concerns. And so this is the brochure that we use right here. And I've got a script here on the right. These are some bullet points or some talking points for you. And so you'll see here that on the first page of this brochure, the first thing I do is I write their score and I put a little line there where their score is on the scale. And what I like to do is give them a grade. People don't understand the number or the color zone. You can certainly tell them that higher is better. And we know that the goal is to get into the blue zone or the purple zone. But when you give someone a grade, it's a lot more meaningful. It's a lot easier for them to understand. So I look at the red as an F, the orange as a D, the yellow zone as a C, the green as a B, the blue as an A. And what do you do about the purple? You give them an A plus. And I like to give people a high five if they're on the top zones, because they're obviously doing something great to improve their health and so forth. Then I talk to them about what affects their score. I explain what free radicals are and what antioxidants do, as antioxidants provide a shield for those cells. The more antioxidants you have, the stronger the shield against these damaging free radicals. And so if their score is low, I say your cell looks more like the one on the left, where these free radicals are getting in and they're causing damage to your cells. And you want to get your cells to look like a healthy cell on the right with lots of antioxidants. And then at the bottom, we can give a visual representation of an apple. You cut an apple open and you can see it rotting and decaying within minutes. But if you put lemon juice that has vitamin C, a very potent antioxidant, you can see that you can prevent some of that damage. And so you can look at this presentation. And if you want to read some of these bullet points, you can go through this again and really sharpen your conversation with them so it's authentic to you. But this helps give you a guide of what to say. The next thing I talk to them about, if their budget is $5 or more, I talk to them a little bit about age lock and how it addresses the genetic sources of aging. So the first thing we want to do is work on your antioxidant score, build a strong nutritional foundation. The next thing we want to do is target the genetic sources of aging, which we can do here with age lock. And so these are gene chips where you can measure aging at a genetic level. On the left, you have what a young, healthy DNA looks like. In the middle, this is what happens when you get older. And so this is when you don't heal as well. This is when you're tired, you're not thinking, you're not remembering, your skin is wrinkling. It all happens from a genetic standpoint. And then what the age lock line allows us to do is develop products that can reset these genes back to a more youthful state. And this impacts everything in the body. And then the third thing that we do here is now we make a recommendation. So we put their score at the bottom graph there. And so this person would be in the yellow zone at 31,000. We say we want to get to the blue zone or higher as quickly as possible because this free radical damage is preventable by increasing your antioxidant levels. And the way that you're going to do that is we want to improve that to help you address your health concerns. So if you're concerned about brain health or immune function or just general health or anti-aging, when I explain this to that person, I'm always talking to them about improving their score in nutrition to help them address the things that they checked off on that nutritional assessment in step one. And then I say, and here's some programs that will fit your budget. So if someone circled their budget is $3 a day, I'm going to start with LifePak. I'm going to say LifePak has 7 formulas built into one, is guaranteed to improve your score, your money back. I share my experience with the product and I say it, and this fits within your budget. It's very simple to take and it saves you time and money by having it all bundled together in a pack. If they're interested in the age lock, I'll talk to them for a few dollars more. You can add the age lock youth to LifePak. And now what you're doing is you're not only addressing your foundational nutrition, but now you're addressing the genetic sources of aging. And then I talk to them about some of the solutions if they have the budget to do that. And so I really look at this as the foundation is LifePak. If they have the budget and they want to upgrade to age lock youth, I would put them on LifePak and age lock youth. And if they want to add a targeted solution, we can add that to that as well. If you're interested in getting these brochures, you can scan this QR code here and they can get delivered to you. So let's go into the next page here. Okay, now the last page of the brochure here is you can put their scan number, their scan score. You can make the recommendation. You know, level 1 is LifePak, level 2 is LifePak and youth, level 3 is LifePak youth and a targeted solution. There's always other combinations that can come up based on the person's needs and so forth. So we put in an other category there. And then what I would recommend doing is placing the order with them. Now, you can certainly give them this brochure to go home with them, and you can put a sticker on there with a link to your My Site and your contact information if you want to. But if you really want to get the commitment, help them put the order now. Some really great word tracking there is I can help you place your order to make sure that you get the best discount. I'll sometimes go over the subscription benefits. 90% of my business is subscription based because I talk to people right from day one when I first scan them about the importance of going on subscription, that nutrition is something you want to have optimized in your body every day. And I talk to them about being on the program for at least 90 days to get them started. 90 days seems like an easier commitment for people than forever. And then as I retest them, I'm now talking to them about staying on it longer because now I've been able to prove to them that it's working in their body. So let's go on to the next slide here. And the next step, like we said, is you just enroll them, you place the order with them, and then make sure that you are rescanning them. That's it for how to scan someone and get them started on a subscription. I hope you found this helpful.